Hello, thank you for gathering here today for another amazing video. I am going to be filming how much I read in a week as someone who works full-time. So yeah, it's currently Friday. I'm gonna go till next Friday because that's a week. I was only able to read a little bit so far. Today I started a new book, Throne of Secrets by Kerri Maniscalco. I am so excited to read this. So this book comes after Throne of the Fallen. I thought that was a trilogy, but I'm reading this book and it says a new standalone fantasy romance set in the Prince of Sin universe. So I guess Throne of the Fallen was a standalone and this is a standalone. There's just a bunch of standalones in the Prince of Sin universe. I thought they were technically a series, but I guess they're not. So this is just a standalone. I loved Throne of the Fallen. And my sister got me this book for my birthday and I've been so excited to read it. It's just so beautiful. I love her. It's a Friday, so I'm working today. So I was only able to read a little bit before work. I was only able to read to page 20. Okay, plans change. I haven't read anymore, but since this is also a vlog, I thought I'd update you guys. I am going to get a flash tattoo from my tattoo artist because it's Friday the 13th. I did not plan to do that. Very spontaneous. I'm so excited. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna get. I'm between two. My face is red because it's really hot outside, but this is the tattoo I got. Such a cutie. And it matches my other ones. This is my sunburn from yesterday. I put sunscreen on and I missed right here, so that's unfortunate. I am enjoying this so far. It seems like so far the plot for Princes of Sin, there's like the 7 circles of hell and they each rule over one of them, so they each have their own like realm. And so Prince of Gluttony's realm, there's unrest within the ice dragons, which are the largest predator on their realm, and they sort of have an alliance with the ice dragons because the demons and the dragons don't like each other, and so they've just kind of created a truce. And the reporter, Adriana, who is the female main character, she works for a like gossip column, and she's always writing gossip about Prince of Gluttony, and she's trying to get close to him to learn more about this situation unfolding because she needs her big break so she can afford to live. And Prince of Gluttony wants her fired because she's the bane of his existence. So he just got her demoted at her work, and that's kind of where we're at. Loving it, loving the world. I love the atmosphere. Good morning. I'm very tired. It is currently Monday morning, 7:28. I'm about to leave for work. I did download an audiobook that I'm going to listen to on the drive and potentially at work if I have time. I can only listen to audiobooks when I'm doing certain things. Like I can't multitask. I have to be doing pretty monotonous things at work. If I'm like talking to people or writing emails, I cannot listen to an audiobook because my brain cannot do 2 things at once. So it depends what I end up doing today, but I can definitely listen on the way to and from work. I got The Bombshell by Darrow Farr from Book of the Month, but this is definitely one of the next ones on my list, so I downloaded the audiobook on Libby and I'm probably just going to start reading that. This is easier also for the purpose of this video because I have the physical book, so I can find where I'm at in the audiobook and tell you how many pages I've read. So this sounds interesting. It sounds drama, maybe a little bit of a mystery thriller. So I just got home from work and A very special package arrived today. This is my final book of the month book, and it is something to be admired. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. Someone on the Bookstagram described this book as being about toxic lesbian vampires. That's simply all I need to know about this. It is a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. This is a big book. While I was at work, I was able to listen to the audiobook I mentioned this morning for The Bombshell. I listened on my way to work, a little bit at work, and on my way home from work. And I am on page 136, which is actually pretty surprising. The narrator talked really slow, so I listened to it at 1.75x speed. So that's why I was able to get this far through it. Also, Matthew got a new sleeping pad today, and he wants to show everybody. Yes, he was behind me the whole time I was filming, like this. It's currently Tuesday, just got out of work, and I just want to update you from yesterday and then what's been going on today. Monday, I ended with a total page count of 150 pages. I listened to 136 pages of the Bombshell audiobook, and then I read 14 pages of Throne of Secrets. And then today, I, for some reason, got up really early before work, and I was not able to go back to bed, so I had a decent amount of hours to read before work, and I started the day at page 186, and the day is not over, it's only 5, but I am at, right now, page 413. So, from my calculations, that is 227 pages. I'm shocked. It's 6:50 in the morning. I'm really tired. I hope you can't hear the fan. If you can, you're gonna have to ignore it. Last night we played volleyball. After volleyball I came home and I did finish Throne of Secrets. It's 5 stars. There's no way it isn't 5 stars. I love this book so much. The romance, the tension, the plot I really enjoyed. Basically, the plot of this book is the demons have a truce with the ice dragons because the ice dragons are the largest predators in the 7 circles of hell. So they created a truce with each other so they don't attack each other and they can live peacefully. And trying to find out what is wrong with the ice dragons because their eyes are red. They're killing everybody crazy and it's not normal. And then Prince Gluttony puts on this bridal competition that's realm-wide, and it's like him trying to find a wife because he wants to distract everybody from these ice dragon attacks because it's a huge deal and like everybody would panic and freak out if they knew about it. So he puts on this competition where he takes one suitor from each of the 7 realms and then they all compete to be his wife. And it's just great. I don't want to say too much because I feel like there's obviously so many layers to it and it's a romantasy, so there is romance. I will say our female main character, Adriana, she is a journalist that works for a gossip column, and her sister is the House of Gluttony suitor that is competing. So she's living in the castle. And this was just so good. As I've said a million times, I just love the world. I love the setting because this one's kind of set. They said it's comparable to Earth's Arctic. Like it's snowy. 5 stars. I don't know. I loved everything about this. It's too early. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. Now I'm just going to be reading The Bombshell. I am working in person again today, so I'm going to be listening to the audiobook on the drive. And then I'm going to be reading it, trying to finish it. So I got a really exciting package. These are down booties that I got for camping because my feet always get really cold. I got a large though, and I think they might be too big. today, as I mentioned this morning, I finished Throne of Secrets, which is so exciting. 5 stars still. And then I listened to a lot more of The Bombshell this morning, and now I'm on page 264. So I read 128 pages of this book just by listening, and I'm hopefully going to read a little bit more before bed. But I'm really liking this. In case I didn't summarize this well earlier, basically this is about the daughter of a politician who is kind of snobby, wants to be an actress, and then she's kidnapped by a terrorist group, and she's held for ransom. The ransom negotiations don't go as planned, and then she turns over to agree with the terrorist cause. Hello friends, it is Thursday morning, 7:53. I am off work today. I wanted to update. I don't remember how many pages I was at when I left you, but I ended up reading just a couple more before bed. So I ended yesterday with 144 pages. Today is the last day that I'm doing this, which is nice that I'm off because hopefully I can get The Bombshell finished because I'm almost done. Plan for today, I don't really know. I really want to go to a coffee shop and just like hang out there and read. I would also like to go on a walk. I am at the park. I'm gonna go on a walk. Amanda's meeting me with her puppy, so we're gonna walk together and then we'll see where the day takes me. After that, I think I want to go to a coffee shop that's near this park and maybe read. I'm excited for this walk. It's already like 80 degrees. It's gonna be a hot day. Yes, I have to wear short sleeves because of my tattoo. So unfortunately, I will not be tanning on this walk, but I might be tanning later. I finished my book, so now I'm leaving. I actually really like this. I think I'm gonna rate it a 4.25 stars. I'm shocked. The ending really got me. It was really emotional. I teared up a little bit, not gonna lie. I think listening to most of this on audiobook made me a little disconnected, and then reading the last like 150 pages or so in the physical book really brought me back into the story, and I found the ending really emotional, and I really liked this. And I'm glad I got to finish it. I found a really nice spot at the coffee shop in the shade, so it was really nice. And now I'm going to make lunch and maybe go on a walk with my friend later. It is 100 degrees, so I am definitely going to the pool, but I might go on a walk first, so stay tuned. I am at my friend's house because she has a pool and she's letting me use it, and so I'm visiting with her little puppy and I'm gonna take him on a walk. What are you looking at? I was gonna take him on a longer walk, but it is literally 100 degrees, so I don't think he wants that. Oh, the book I brought is After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I got pranked, and Libby told me that my hold for Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood was ready, and I got really excited because that is the exact thing I want to read right now. But it was the audiobook. Isn't that criminal? I don't love listening to super steamy audiobooks, and I did not think I requested the audiobook of that. I thought I requested the ebook. So I pulled this out of my collection, After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The plot of this is this couple, their marriage is struggling, and so they decide to take a year off from their marriage, and they can see other people, they can do whatever they want, no strings attached, and then at the end of the year they come back together and hopefully their marriage is better. But that sounds messy and good, and I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. She has a special way of writing romance in a way that isn't cheesy. And the bookmark I'm using today, my friend Lauralee made it for me. How cute is that? Little teddy boy, little teddy boy. He's so precious. I was at the pool for maybe an hour. It was just too darn hot, and there were a lot of screaming children, so I could not stay there very long. My arm remained covered because of my new tattoo, obviously. I started this book, so I only read about 25 pages. I'm at 7.5 years ago, but I'm really liking it so far. I love her writing style, and just, she's so funny. Hello, and welcome to the conclusion of this video. Thank you for joining me as we saw what I typically read in a week while also working full-time. Let's do a recap. I started this video on Friday. I started Throne of Secrets by Kerri Maniscalco, and on Friday I read 30 pages. On Saturday, I continued reading Throne of Secrets, and I read 24 pages. On Sunday, I read 118 pages of Throne of Secrets. On Monday, I continued reading Throne of Secrets, and I read 14 pages, but I also started The Bombshell by Darrow Farr via audiobook, and I listened to 136 pages. So Monday I read a total of 150 pages between the two of these. On Tuesday, I read 313 pages of Throne of Secrets, and I finished this book. On Wednesday, I read 144 pages of The Bombshell. On Thursday, I read 126 pages of The Bombshell, and I finished this book. And I started After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I read 104 pages of this book. So on Thursday, I read a total of 230 pages. Let's add all that up. How many pages did I read in 1 week? I read a total of 1,009 pages in 7 days. 1,009 pages is a lot. If we average that by 7 days, it's about 144 pages a day. I read both of these and like a quarter of this one. I'm really happy with these choices. I'm definitely excited to continue reading After I Do because I'm really liking this. And these two were just great choices, especially when I do read 2 books at the same time. They need to be as different as these 2 books are, or else like I just get confused, and I don't love that. Like I'm not gonna read 2 romances or 2 fantasies at the same time. So this was perfect. This was such a fun video. I'm so glad that you came along with me on this ride, and I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, more to come. Have a good week.